So Dame Dash on his
New America platform.
Yeah, New America platform. He sat down and talked about a handful of things. And one of the particular things that he talked about was that I found interesting was he said that him coming up with the phrase pause may have saved him from Diddy. I thought that was funny.
First of all, never mind. I ain't gonna do your intro, my fault.
Yeah, no, let's just let this play and we can go on.
And then I'm thinking like, damn, everybody's gay? Or like how many people are holding this secret that I knew? And you gotta think about something like, in my crew, we started Pause. So to me, I'm like, damn, Pause might have really saved my life. Or at least understood my boundaries.
I can't even take this serious,
bro. We made
bro.
up Pause. So you knew that there wasn't me having no double meanings, none of that playing. Pause. Now, if I'm saying pause and everyone's laughing, but you really are kind of upset because undercover you may be gay, you probably hate me. So now it all makes sense to me.
That's wild.
There's lots in there that's really funny. I'll let y'all talk first.
People will find a way to make themselves appear very important no matter what the topic is. First of all, that's funny, but that's also Dame being Dame. Like, we made this up. Okay, if you say so.
I mean, I don't think he's grabbing at wanting to be important because you literally first heard that from them. That's like when you were in school, you and your boys had your own lingo.
We did.
They're in a different position with their lingo. So their lingo goes, well, this is before viral, but I mean, it goes public a lot easier than something else. So, I mean, I don't really see it as that, but it's hilarious that he said it saved him from Diddy.
That is funny.
That's funny as
That's
hell.
funny. Now, that's funny.
Because people are trying, what's funny too is people are trying to group Jay-Z in this situation as well.
Yep.
And
he actually thanked Jay-Z in this. He thanked him. He's like, I got to thank Jay-Z because, he kept me out of all this.
That's brilliant trolling by Dame, bro.
Yeah,
that's brilliant trolling by Dame.
Man, I always thought that, part of the pause game, if you will, was because there were a lot of people who took a certain level of offense to people saying no homo. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was before that, though. Pause was before that.
Okay. Maybe it's regional. I don't know.
I don't know the timeline of this. I mean, if they made it up, okay. But
I mean, if all of it's homophobic, regardless of how you want to flavor it, because essentially, if you have to say pause, you're essentially saying that your assumption is that there's something wrong with it.
Or
by him saying pause.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't have you wouldn't feel any type of way. Like, so that's why it's kind of weird when he said, at the end, what did he say? He said something like, if you get offended by it, then it's your problem. You really don't like me. It's like, no, you just saying some stuff that you don't really need to say. You don't need to say it.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
if you're comfortable in your own personality, you're not going to get like, if somebody's gay around you, you're not going to be like, oh man, I'm afraid I'm going to be gay now.
my thing with it, I think personally, because I know from me hanging out with a group of my friends, and you say something in order to keep the joke from escalating, or what you said, you say that, so you're not the joke is not made on you.
Yeah.
Type you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's what I see it. I don't really see it as.
But it's both.
It is true.
Be.
It's both.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, yo, we was playing the game, and the secondary really stretched us out, and it's like, pause.
So like we would be like, really? Oh, okay.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Stuff
because
like
we were
that.
young and stupid, we just
exactly.
We couldn't just take it for what it is. It's like, yo, we were stressed out by the defense.
Yeah.
Instead, it was like,
I ain't gonna front,
instead of you going to the point where you're like, oh, the defense will stretch you out, huh?
Yeah. I ain't gonna front. I still do it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do it from a point of malice. It's not intent. Because I mean, I have no problem with none of that. But with my friends, it's just
it's different. I say different things in front of people who know my heart.
Yeah, I think there's.
I like who know my heart.
I think
like
there's levels to it. Like when you're kids and when you're younger and stuff, and you don't know any better.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing, but it's like then you grow up a little bit, and I understand.
But they were grown.
I understand.
Yeah, they were grown.
I know, but it's still like back then. We weren't in the space that we're in now.
It was also
not even.
It was
close.
also still kind of cool to let a maggot fly in a hip hop song every once in a while.
Exactly. So
when last time you heard that?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing recent.
Eminem just did it.
Did he?
He don't count.
That's
though.
for Eminem.
Yeah, he
don't
just
count.
did a whole bunch of it on his last album.
Slim Shady did it, right? That's so he's playing
Alter
on
ego.
That, you know, he's playing on that a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Dame though. I hope you get that bread.
But it's funny though, because the reason why I think some of it is innocent, it depends on how you do it, is because people of that lifestyle do it to each other the
What do you
same
mean?
exact way. Like if they're having a conversation with somebody, like, oh, that's gay. You know
I've
what I'm
actually
saying?
seen that.
I've seen that on the regular.
I've
No,
seen that before. I have. I've
Look,
seen that.
I'll never forget. Like, one of my previous jobs, and she's out, so it's not like it's crazy that I'm telling the story. Person who had the office next to me, you know, her and a couple of my other coworkers were looking at some website, you know, some shopping situation, and it was like, oh, that bag is cool, that bag is cute, that bag, and then like she looked at one and she clicked on it, it's like, oh, I like that one, and it was technically for a man, and then like she was like gay, like
Oh, your
like,
homegirl said that?
yeah, a homegirl who is, you know,
Yeah.
openly gay, and then it was a funny moment to me, but it was just like, all right, well, you said it, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I think
That part.
that is the piece.
That
That
part.
is the piece.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Like,
you said it, I didn't?
yeah, like it's gay people's prerogative to use their things however they want. I can say cracker however I want to say cracker.
You can.
But if you say cracker, you might get banned on Twitch.
I might get banned and
it goes same,
stoned and all that.
It goes same for all other types of words as well. It's like there's certain places for certain things to live. You know,
Don't say
and-
that.
What? What do you mean?
No, I thought. Never mind. Go ahead.
I don't know what that was.
Pause. No, I don't know. That wasn't even pause worthy. I was
Go
just
ahead,
throwing
bro.
that in.
Go, I'm
For,
messing with you. Go ahead, bro.
Like, I don't think a lot of it is malice, though. I agree with that fact that most of it's not malice, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's kind of funny to me to like hear like Dame being on his way to 50 and still like actively engaging in the pause stuff like on a regular, regardless of if you.
He does it all the time. Too.
I know it's a part of his thing, but it's just kind of weird to me. It's like
he does it that mug all the time too.
I don't know.
I mean,
Until somebody says that they're offended of him doing it, I haven't heard that yet. I don't really think it's a
do
problem.
people will we put
man.
that in the same category as people who are now saying no Diddy?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
I think it's up there. I think it's just like a funny way to play, you know, like because you're essentially the problem with it is you're equating some sort of it being wrong.
Shame and malfeasance to being gay in the first place.
Exactly.
What?
That's exactly what it is.
Malfeasance, people malfeasance.
Yeah, so you're essentially saying
Like
like
that.
if you do like this baby oil and you do like to get down like this, then it's a problem. You know, that's
Okay.
essentially what you're saying, you know, like, cause it's still fun. It's easy to make fun of to some degree. So it's like,
People are
and
starting to
people-
use that mug too.
And people that are gay and part of the LGBTQ plus community are a marginalized community. So it's like, you know, it's targeting in that aspect. So it's just what it is at this point. Like, I don't know. It's just what it is. Like, it's funny to me. Like, it's funny that he's still doing it. Like, I don't care, but it's like,
Yeah, Dame.
all
Gonna,
right,
Dame gonna
he's still
keep,
pausing it like 50.
He's going to
years
keep
old.
doing that mug. Dame gonna be 70 talking about pause. I can assure you, he's gonna be. That's gonna be him.
I also expect Cameron to do the same thing. You know, like I expect certain
Dave from
people,
Harlem.
I expect certain people just to, it's just part of it. You don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the-
Problem is, it's like, are we still doing this?
Yeah.
That's the main piece.
And until, and this is not to marginalize anything, but until we demonize other things as well, and those aren't cool to say, or everybody wants a pause to say that, then, or a pass, not a pause.
I see
that
you.
wasn't on purpose.
I see you.
But until everybody's not asking for a pass or singing along to their favorite songs and want to say whatever they want to say, that's a little more detrimental, in my personal opinion, than somebody saying pause.
Are you talking about white people saying the N-word at songs? What are you,
just people in general?
No,
saying, well,
yeah.
I'm trying to follow. That's,
well, yeah. So, yeah, white people or any other cultural representation that wants to run with it, even though, it's just a song. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not just a song.
Because that concept that he's speaking about can be applied way beyond what Dame is talking about.
I think it doesn't excuse it. That's my thing. Like it doesn't excuse you. Like you can't say, well, they do this thing over here, so it's okay to do this. But I'm not vouching for that. But I would agree with the premise that yes, other things are problematic and things need to be addressed.
That part.
But we don't just be like, well, this hasn't been addressed, so I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not with that.
Well, it's been addressed. It's just never been solved.
Well,
yeah.
So we move on to other things and be like, well, we're going to solve this thing because it groups a whole lot more people in than just this one culture.
I think we just do it all. I think we're you said it last week. We're multifaceted people.
Yeah.
We can do multiple things at the same time.
To me, that's
in this particular situation, and from the history of it, I don't think this is going to fall into that category.
Well, can I play white devil's advocate real quick?
Go ahead.
That's a good character to play right now.
This is such a terrible place where my mind goes sometimes, but hey, sometimes it makes for good content, so I'm going to go there. So what if there was, a group of white people, they're all having a conversation, and somebody says, oh, you know what I just love is some Popeye chicken and grape soda, and after they say it, so they wouldn't be ridiculed, they say, no porch monkey.
Come on now.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. You see how that feels?
That's literally a derogatory term in there. So you're telling me that porch monkey was never a derogatory term?
Oh, it was always a derogatory term. But like
so
the thing is, when if you called somebody, if you just randomly start calling people homos,
that's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's when people say no pause or no Diddy or no homo, it's all coming from the same place.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
I disagree.
Well, here, think about it like this: if I'm a racist white person, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't say the words out loud, does it make me less racist?
No, because you can still think it.
Exactly my point. Just because I don't say the words in a particular way that is a societal standard that's like, oh, well, as long as you don't say it, you're not being such. You can still harbor the feelings behind it.
Yeah, because the new terminology on the news is these thugs and this, that, and the other.
Or DEI.
That's part of it, DEI as well. Yeah. But I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, just because somebody doesn't say a racial slur or doesn't say a slur doesn't mean that they don't. It's not like a jab at a particular community. So it's like, yeah, it's
yeah. Pause comes off a lot softer.
It is softer. I'll give you that.
Porch monkey and nigga.
Definitely.
I'll give you that. But I think where it comes from, like deep down where it comes from, is kind of the same place.
So you're saying the origin of the comments is still.
It's not about the comment. It's about where the comment comes from.
That's what I meant to say. I misspoke.
It's still
the origin of where the comment is coming
something
from.
Is wrong, and something we look down on this particular group of people. So that's why we say the word.
Yeah. And sometimes the words aren't there. And sometimes today I was in an Uber on my way back to dropping my car off to get the oil changed or whatever. And the Uber driver was like, she had to swerve out of the way. She's like, yeah, I think, I feel like I have to swerve out of the way all the time for, people driving bad, and I think it's because of all these refugees and migrants that come in here.
What?
And but she didn't technically say anything that was racist, right?
Not technically.
But then as soon as I say, oh, that's interesting. Have you been to any of these other countries? I was like, have you driven? I was like, my wife's from Ecuador. She got really quiet.
Awkward silence.
And so like, she didn't really say anything the rest of the time. But like, just because you don't say, man, I really hate migrants and refugees. I really wish that these Spanish-speaking people would not come here and take up all the jobs and do all these things.
And drive badly.
Yeah, even though it's not even a thing because they have cars in other countries. It's like, what is going on here? But like just because you don't say it doesn't mean that the malintent isn't there. And this is like something that I struggle with because like 85% of my family now are like, MAGA culters, and it's like
we've heard you talk about
from an individualist standpoint, like they're cool, but there's like so much underlining hate that's like they can like my wife as an individual, but they don't like her demographic, and I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. So is it? I respect it. So is it wrong to call them MAGAs?
I don't really care.
That's
how
they identify themselves.
Well,
number one, but two, they are when you talk about the United States of America, they are they hold the position of power in that aspect of things.
But I want to jump back to what you just said.
And honestly, I don't care. Like that's one of those things. Like if they're a marginalized group, I will continue. I will be the bad person. Say y'all are idiots. Like I'm fine with that.
I was want to ask you where you were going with that one. Like
what question?
When you said, is it wrong to call them, if you was to call them MAGAs?
Yeah, because I mean, like you said that you just said that they are okay with them, you calling them that because that's how they identify. Mm-hmm. So Dame isn't calling the gay people gay because they identify as gay. He doesn't say that's gay.
I think you're playing with linguistics a little bit again, though, because my thing is
that's what he means.
Yeah. So my thing is like, I'm okay calling MAGAs and whatever they are. I'm okay with that because that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to come out and make racial slurs towards black people or immigrants or anything like that because that's not how I feel, or LGBT. I'm not even going to joke about that stuff because that's not how I feel. I don't want that to be perceived in any type of way because that's not how I feel. But I 100% am okay being slanderous towards the MAGA people. So I don't really care. Like, if I was an openly racist person, then I would be fine with however that comes across. I don't know if that's translating to what I'm trying to portray.
Yeah, I actually prefer my racist that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Don't lie to me.
Because then you know exactly who people are.
I get it. I know where you at.
I get it. 100%. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, that lingered. But
good talk. Good grown folk talk.
If when I post this clip, would it be wrong if I hashtag no porch monkey?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it'd be very wrong.
You're literally playing in people's faces.
Yeah, you'd be very wrong.
Yeah, nah.
You might get some comments.
I'm a comment against that
one. I was about to say, it might be from somebody.
My disclaimer is I had nothing to do with that.
We do not support him.
And the thing is, that's an old slander. If you come through saying that, I'm not gonna say it again.
Please don't use that hashtag.
That's slurs, when you know them white folks hated you different. For real.
Them slurs hit a little different.
And if he don't do it, it's gonna be high. My name is Major 7 on behalf of DJ Shake. We do not support.
And I do not support this man.
At all, 100%.
Mike's gonna make a video from his bathroom. Like, look, man.
Listen, check this out.
Jay Moore's words are not a reflection of the new old heads or any of us.
Yeah, but I'm always end it with like and subscribe. Listen, straight up.
This is gonna be somebody who'll be like, you know, that Jay Moore, he talks the way I like.
Yeah,
there will be. Absolutely.
I like that.
I like get the Uncle Ruckus Award.
You know what's crazy though? This is how they gonna say it. I like that boy.
Yeah. So, all of a sudden, our MAGA support jumps.
Yeah, go on, hand it to me now.
But then they'll find like the Kid Rock clips and be like, no, we can't.
He changed on us.
That's a porch monkey I can't support.
we were bamboozled. We were bamboozled.
He a good old boy. Hit that subscribe button for me.